Hey, what is up, everyone? Dr. Ferralis here, doctor of physical therapy. I wanted to hop on today to actually talk to you about a topic that is very different. As some of you may know, I practice Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and I recently competed in a Jiu Jitsu tournament a couple weeks ago and wanted to just share with you a little bit about my experience, but also why you should compete in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. But before I get into that, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button below and go ahead and just subscribe to my channel. That way you can get more access to my content that I hope you will continue to find valuable. So a couple weeks ago, I competed in my first ever Brazilian Jiu Jitsu competition. And I'm not gonna lie, I was super nervous going into it. I was super nervous in the weeks before, and the nervousness never really went away until it was actually done. And that's a normal thing. Talking to a lot of people who had competed, they had the same type of anxiety, which is natural because you are going to be going up against someone who you've never met before and trains at a different school. So you're really putting yourself out there by competing in a jiu-jitsu tournament. Now, in this video, I wanted to go over a little bit about my experience overall, but also why you should compete. So my overall experience was really good. I definitely learned a lot about myself and also what I need to improve on and where I can get better at. I think leading up to it, I put a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself about the outcome of the match. Being a naturally competitive person, I am all about winning and want to do the best I can in everything I do. So naturally, of course, I wanted to win. And I think that going into the tournament with that mindset can be both a good and bad thing. I think as the tournament got closer, I kind of had to talk to myself about, listen, you are going to be doing jiu-jitsu for the rest of your life. You, as a practitioner, are not going to be, your results in this particular tournament are not going to define who you are as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, and you can only get better from competing. So in the beginning, I placed a really big emphasis on trying to win. However, as the weeks went on and as the tournament got closer, I kind of had to shift my mindset into, okay, this is a learning experience rather than an experience where I need to win. And I did. I learned a ton about myself and also what I am capable of and what I need to improve on in my jiu-jitsu. So I think that if you are thinking about competing, you should definitely do it. Not saying that if you do BJJ, you have to compete, but in my opinion, I think that by competing, you are putting yourself in an uncomfortable position, just like in jiu-jitsu, that you have to kind of face and work out of and figure out. My training leading up to the tournament, obviously it was my first, so I wasn't really sure where to start, how often to go, what I should be focusing on during class. So I asked a ton of people who had competed, looked up a ton of information, and kind of came up with my own system. And I will be going over what I personally did to get myself ready for the tournament in another video. But this video is meant mainly to just tell you why you should compete. And so, like I said, it shows you what you're really made of, what you're capable of, and you put yourself in an uncomfortable position that can only make you better. So by doing that and putting yourself out there, you're doing something that not a lot of people do. And so you should be just proud of that fact, that you went out and competed, and that you had the guts to lose in front of people. I think that by doing that and putting yourself in those types of positions, you can only benefit from that mentally. And so I think that by competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments, you will, number one, get better at jiu-jitsu. Number two, whether you win or lose, you are going to learn something. So just because you win doesn't necessarily mean that you're better than the person that you beat. You just happen to compete better at that time. And like life, jiu-jitsu is changing all the time, at every second, whenever you're rolling with someone, and you're never in the same exact position at all times. So I think that by competing, you really test out your skills, you learn what you have to improve on, you gain confidence, you learn how to prepare, you learn to take advice, and you learn that winning isn't necessarily everything when it comes to certain things. And I think that is why you should compete, because you will be putting yourself out there in an uncomfortable position, and you will be able to learn a lot about yourself. Okay, so that is the reason I think you should compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. I will be coming out with more videos about how I prepared for the jiu-jitsu tournament. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later.